Welcome back, my beautiful friends. I'm going to be sharing with you my top tips for hair growth.
This video is not sponsored.
I just hit my 4-year buzz cut anniversary, so my hair has not always grown this fast. Genetics definitely play a factor in hair growth, but there are things that we can do to work with our genetics so that we can meet our maximum potential. The first and the most important thing, because that's where hair grows from, is the scalp. Pay attention to your scalp. Is it flaky? Is it dry? Do you have dandruff? Is it irritated? If the scalp is under attack from the fungus, from dandruff, from sensitivities, more likely not to be growing properly. So once you can address these issues, then you're on your way to not only healthier hair, but healthier hair growth. Don't wear your hair down all the time. Wearing your hair down can cause some problems. It's loose, it's free, it's easy to get caught on things. It's easy to get zipped up in your coat, to get ripped off by your purse and your backpacks and coats. When it's up, it's in its safest. Stay hydrated, folks. Bonus tip. Where was I? When your hair is loose, it's in its most vulnerable state. So try to keep your hair up. My preference is a low hairstyle. I use hair sticks, I use hair clips sometimes. Just switch it up, but try to keep it up as much as you can. Don't use regular hair ties, especially the ones with the little plastic bit on them. Don't use those. Use scrunchies. When I pull them out, there's no hair attached to the scrunchie. Scrunchies are your friend. Number 4, I do not put any product other than shampoo on my scalp. If your scalp is under attack, if your scalp isn't happy, your hair will not grow, your hair can fall out. The scalp is incredibly important. I go close to the scalp, but I don't do this. You will never see me putting hair products on my scalp other than shampoo. Do not cut your hair every 4 weeks or 46 weeks or whatever. Obviously, your hairdressers want you to come back because, it's business. But some people might need 4 to 6 weeks if their hair is really damaged, if they have a lot of issues, if they dye their hair a lot, if it's bleached. But if your hair is healthy, it's probably not necessary. And for me, I actually don't even go to a hairdresser. I haven't been to a hairdresser since 2010. It's been a decade. The last time I went to a hairdresser, she cut one side longer than the other. One was up here and the other was, So I cut my own hair. I'll take some scissors and I'll do a search and destroy mission. I'll do a search and destroy mission. I'll take my scissors, I'll look through my hair, and I'll clip off any fallen pieces. But other than that, I don't really cut my hair very often. And because I don't cut my hair, it grows and it grows and grows and grows. And on average, most people's hair tends to grow about ½ an inch a month. So if you're constantly getting hair trims every month, or every 6 weeks, your hair may just stay exactly where it is. You don't need to, don't cut it. Now let's get deep here. Are you stressed? Are you worried? Do you lose sleep? Are you freaking out about life? Are you stressed? When you're stressed, the body falls apart. Your hair falls apart. You could lose hair. Your hair might stop growing. Your hair is kind of like the last priority on your body's list of priorities. There's keeping you alive up there, and then there's your hair growth is at the floor. So if there's something wrong, your hair is probably first on the chopping block. The best thing you can do, not only for your hair, but for yourself, for your well-being, is to manage your stress the best way that you can. This may look different for everybody. Some people do meditation, some people do exercise. I find both of those incredibly helpful. Journaling, talking to someone. I should also mention that stress isn't even just necessarily mental stress. Not sleeping enough, not eating enough, not drinking enough water, not getting enough exercise. The world is constantly putting pressure on our physical bodies. The easier we can make life for our bodies, the more effort our body can put into extra things like growing our hair. Ask yourself, how can I make my body's life easier? And then do that. Do not put any kinds of hair altering chemicals on your hair. Hair dye. I'm talking relaxers. I'm talking keratin treatments. Keep them away from your hair. The more altering they are, the further they bring you away from your natural state, the more damaging they are going to be. If your hair is black and you go to blonde, that is going to be extremely damaging because that is like the opposite of what your hair wants to be. So if you can help it, keep the chemicals away from your hair. If you get bored of your hair, maybe you could try some fun protective styles, you know, like braids or something. Try to do something to your hair that isn't going to be permanently damaging, or just keep yourself busy with something else. If you're going to take supplements, make sure that they are food-based. Your body can tell the difference. When you eat it, your body says, hey, I know what this is. I know what this supplement is. It's food. I'm gonna accept it. Instead of taking ascorbic acid, citrus. Use your hands. Use your hands. Use your hands to detangle your hair. If you can help it, do not use a comb or a brush. It's a lot more easy to be rough with a brush or a comb than with your hands, because when you're combing through with your hands, you can feel the knots. When you're combing with a comb, it's easy just like rip through. It's easy just to not pay attention, but when your hands are stuck in something, like you feel it and you can like work your way through the knot. Exfoliate, exfoliate, exfoliate. Exfoliate your scalp with your hands, with a scalp brush, at least weekly. Really like get in there. Or you can do non-intensive exfoliations regularly that don't mess up your hair. But I do a really good one at least once a week. This brings blood to your scalp. This brings nutrients to your scalp. This will help stimulate hair growth. Don't touch your hair if you're upset, because you will take it out in your hair. Don't do your hair if you're sad, if you're angry, because you will find yourself ripping your hair out and being more rough with it than you'd usually be. Try to manage your hair when you're in like a relaxed, happy state, because you'll be more patient, you'll be more kind, you'll be more gentle to your hair. So many tips. Be mindful of your styling practices and the products that you use. Make it your mission to find what your hair loves and what your hair does not love. My hair, personally, doesn't like glycerin, doesn't like silicones, it doesn't like shea butter, it doesn't really like coconut oil, it doesn't really like anything heavy, and it doesn't like heavy proteins. So I try to avoid these ingredients wherever possible, and if I am going to do some kind of protein, it's going to be amino acids so that it can actually get into my shaft, my tiny, thin shaft. Because otherwise it just sits on top of my hair, it can cause breakage, it weighs it down, causes buildup. So for me, I know what my hair does not like. I found products that work for me that do not contain the ingredients that my hair does not love, and it contains the things that my hair does love. Get to know your hair, try things out, do your research. The best research for me is my field research, and that is just actually trying things out, failing, and then failing again, and then finding what works for you, and then you did it. Trial and error, baby. Trial and error. What works for someone else may not work for you. So be careful with watching YouTube videos, or like anything on the internet. One person's trash is another person's treasure. One person's treasure is another person's trash. Be mindful of where you lay your head to sleep. Curls and your face loves soft, silky fabrics like silk or satin pillowcases. Cotton pillowcases suck the moisture out of our faces, out of our hair. It is rough, it can cause damage and cause premature wrinkling. We don't need to create further hardships for our hair and our face. So if you haven't already, get yourself a satin pillowcase. It fell on the ground. It's probably time to wash that anyway, so. This is an important tip. Do not starve yourself. You starve yourself. You starve your follicles. You starve your hair. Your hair will stop growing. It may fall out. It will cause problems. It's not only your hair, but like your body. So do not crash diet. Nourish your body. Feed your body well. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to your body. And your body will take care of itself, okay? This is my last, but probably most important tip. Sometimes less is more. Leave your hair alone. Sorry. Leave your hair alone. Do as little to your hair as you possibly have to do. Touch it as little as you possibly have to. Wash it as little as you possibly have to. The more you leave it alone, the more your hair can be free to do its thing, to grow, to not fall out, because every time you touch your hair, that is another opportunity for you to accidentally rip hairs out that weren't ready to come out, to cause damage, to cause friction. So leave your hair alone. Leave it alone. If your hair is doing fine, then I probably would avoid doing a lot of extra things. Keep your routine simple, keep your life simple. You don't need to put something special in your hair to make it grow. Your hair knows how to grow. So just give it space and give it time to do that. That has been like my biggest, most life-changing thing on my hair growth journey. All of the times when I was so obsessed with growing my hair, that's when I was doing the most stuff to it. Over conditioning and deep conditioning and doing all these treatments. Now, I do nothing to my hair and it grows and it kind of takes care of itself because I don't think about it. I don't worry about it. I take care of my body and then it grows. If there's anything that you can take away from this video, it is take care of yourself. Leave it alone. Put your attention into some other area of your life. And before you know it, your hair will be where you want it to be. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I hope you enjoyed this video and I love you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye.